Welcome to the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast, episode 31. Hope you guys are doing well and getting ready for Thanksgiving. It's next week, by the way. But I am one half of your host, Chris, the old school picker. Along beside me is Caleb from the YouTube channel, The Old Pass. Introduce yourself, Caleb.
Oh, the YouTube channel, huh?
Well, I mean,
that's me.
Right? That's right, ain't it? I mean,
that's
what you do, right?
It's part of what I do. part of it.
You do. Right. Okay. Well, what's the other part of what we do, or what you do?
Pastor, eBay.
Oh, eBay. Reselling podcast. Oh,
reselling.
Who would have thought? You hear that, YouTube? We reselling.
Yep.
They say you want to say your title in the first 30 seconds of your video, by the way.
You mean like Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast?
Well, the title of
or the Old Pass.
And I don't never know what the title is going to be until after we film. But
the title of this
video,
to be determined. We have no idea.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah,
because we don't plan very much ahead at all. But that's what makes it fun, and hopefully that's what makes it somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope you guys like it.
Well, we've been doing fairly well. I mean, I'm super excited, really.
828 subs, bro.
828 subs, but also, let's see, what am I trying to get to? YouTube Studio. Also, just the views that we have been getting.
Yeah, it's growing.
It's really growing. Last video, if you've not already checked it out, go check it out with Eric OBX Picker. Had a great time on that episode 30. It's up to 497 views, I think.
Yeah.
But the one before that, 808. The one before that, 645. The one before that, 700. So we've been averaging around 500 to 800 views on YouTube.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I'm
really happy with that.
Speaking of averages, let me just say this.
Partner? Okay. Are you talking about me?
No.
Me being average?
No.
You wouldn't compliment me like that, would you?
I didn't know if you met the standard of average or not.
Right. In height, I know I don't. I'm about 4 inches short.
No, I was just going to say, like, I was extremely blown away. And I know you was probably going to introduce this here in a minute, but
I was.
The video. So the video, as of this show, it'll be 2 videos ago when today's video drops. It has exceeded 1,500 views on YouTube. And I was like, I have no idea how in the world. So thank you to everybody that watched it, man. That is just crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
What video was that? 5, 6?
That was video 4, the one about being organized.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't your last one. How'd your last one do?
Not as good. Like, it's about to hit 300. Yeah. It finally fell to where I thought it would kind of fall to. I state in one of the new videos that I just made, I talk about there was a woman that commented. She said, "This video is the answer to my prayers," and she was talking about that video. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a crazy comment. Like, I feel humbled that somebody got help from what I was talking about,
Right.
Because I'm kind of like you. I'm not trying to teach anybody how to do it, but more so just to encourage people in what they're doing.
Well,
and she took that and it really helped her. So, that was cool.
I don't want to say this is, and I mean, that was even the title of your last video. There's more than one way to operate your business. I don't ever want to say, do it this way or you're wrong.
Right.
But if you can pick up things by watching what I do or what I used to do,
come home.
That's even better.
Come home, OSP.
If you're watching on YouTube, you will see under Chris Old School or Chris OSP that I am currently semi-retired. I am back from vacation, though. This is actually the first time we filmed in 2 weeks because we had to film 2 episodes in 1 week. And so it's good to be back, and it's good to talk to Caleb again because I've not talked to him in a while. 2 weeks.
I know how hard it's been on me not to have you on my screen for 1 week. Just think about all of us people that depend on you.
Have you noticed anything different about me?
You shaved a little bit, looks
Oh,
like.
I shaved a whole bunch.
Did you?
The 5 o'clock shadow is starting to come out now, but which my 5 o'clock
Oh,
shadow comes out about 3 days later. But yeah, I actually
yeah.
clean shaved Sunday.
Oh,
First time in about
whoa.
5 years, probably.
Do you have a picture to show us?
No. Well, I did
Come on.
leave a little 5 o'clock shadow on the old goatee, but other than that, clean shave for first time, probably 5 years, no lie.
Wow.
And I got a haircut.
Oh, look at Mr. OSP's haircut.
Me, man, I'm all spiffy. See, that's how you get people to go from the podcast audio version to over to YouTube to check it out.
Well, do you notice anything different about me?
You're wearing earrings.
Yep. Got headphones in this week. Got a new microphone.
New microphone.
This will probably hurt everybody's ears, but I show it.
No, you actually got lower. Let us know in the comments if Caleb's sounding if Caleb's sounding better and if I'm looking better.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah, I don't even care. I don't even care no more.
In my backdrop, you will notice that Mario has moved from right there over to the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And look above him, there's something missing up there too.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that big air purifier that I had?
I did see you sold that the other day.
Finally. I had that thing for like a year, but it sold for like $350, man. So
sometimes the wait is worth it.
Oh, yeah. Something like that it is. That was quite a big one to pack, though.
Maybe that's the title of this video. So let's just say it again. The wait.
Sometimes the
wait is worth it. You hear that, YouTube? Yeah. You hear that, Google? Push us out there.
Yes, please.
Nah, it's good to be back from vacation. Week-long vacation. Stayed 7 nights in the old Pigeon Forge cabin. Had a good time. It's good to be back. Not gonna lie, I did try to convince Shannon into staying another week.
Oh, really?
I did.
Wow.
Like that the last day, I was like, let's call down there, and if this cabin is not rented out next week, let's rent it out.
Take it again.
Which it probably was. It probably was.
Yeah.
You know,
at
they
this
don't
time of year, I'd say it was.
Yeah, they don't go vacant long. But
was it like an Airbnb type thing?
Well,
kind of, sort of.
Yeah, you know they have cabin rentals up there. We never stay in a hotel room. I've not stayed in a hotel room in years and years and years and years. And we didn't even stay in hotel rooms back before Kobe, but ever since Kobe, I darn sure ain't staying in a little hotel room because we're not the typical vacationers on the go, on the run. Shannon just can't hold, she just can't handle all that. Kobe can't handle all that. So we usually go out once, maybe twice a day, and we go back to the cabin, chill out, rest. I mean, this vacation was a whole lot of R&R, and it felt really good.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Man. I mean, we had 2 bedrooms. CJ came up and stayed a few days with us. Of course, he had to come back home, go to work, but he stayed 2 or 3 nights, I think, with us. We did go to the aquarium up there. You ever been to the aquarium up there in Gatlinburg?
I don't think so.
Have you ever been to the aquarium in Chattanooga?
Yes.
The one in Chattanooga, I personally like better.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The one in Chattanooga.
I've only been to 2 in my life.
Yeah, the one in Chattanooga is bigger. They have, they did when I was there last. It has been a few years since I've been to that one too. But they have more, the fresh water, and then on the other side they have the salt water, the ocean. And this, the one in Gatlinburg's mainly just ocean fish, which is cool because you don't see those every day. You don't see hammerhead sharks every day.
Right.
And they do have the tunnel, that you go through the middle of the tank, and the sharks are over your head and they're under your feet and they're on both sides. I mean, and Chattanooga does not have that. So it's worth going just to go through that tunnel because it's really, really cool. I mean, you basically go right through the middle of the aquarium. Mm-hmm. But overall, I do like the one in Chattanooga. But I want to go to see the one in Atlanta because They say it is like one of the best in the country.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I've not been to that. Leave it in the comments down below if you've been to the Atlanta Aquarium and if I need to go, because I'm looking for reasons to take another vacation.
Well, you got nothing else to do, right?
I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm getting bored, Caleb. Getting bored. Hey, I
just
did
do
mow
the
up my leaves
podcast
in my
on
yard.
location. Yeah.
Well, I mowed up my yard, leaves in my yard when I got home.
Well, that's good. Finally did a little work.
Well, I had about 2 foot of leaves in my yard when I got home. I'm not kidding,
gosh,
man. And I don't rake them. And of course, we're under a burn ban, but I'm not raking and burning leaves anyways. I've done that enough as a kid. I just
mulch them things.
I mulch them up, buddy.
Yep,
and
that's what we do in the South.
Well,
unless you live on this road, and everybody burns up and down this road.
Oh, they do,
except me.
They do in my community, and it drives me absolutely nuts.
Oh, it stinks so bad.
Oh, it stinks so bad. But we're under a burn ban right now, so they can't. And all these people that live around me are going crazy to burn their leaves.
It don't stop anybody on this side of town.
Well, it didn't the first day or two here, but I think because I know when we was on vacation, there was some stuff on Facebook where people were burning and the neighbors were calling and telling them.
So there was like 12 citations.
Yeah.
24-hour period here.
I mean, when it's this dry, I mean, it's not rained here significantly in probably a month.
Probably a month to 6 weeks.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'd say you're probably right. Probably longer.
It's so dry.
And it's so dry. And of course, that time of year where a little bit of a breeze. Of course, we live on a mountain, so there's always some breeze up here. So you don't want to get that fire out. So, but yeah, a lot of times people just don't listen. But that's what causes forest fires, guys.
Yeah, we don't have that problem, like you see in California, all these wildfires. We don't normally have that problem, but man, right now I believe you could catch the whole county on fire if you want to. It's dry.
Where I used to live about 5 years ago, we did. I walked out in my back, the whole mountain was on fire. I walked in my backyard. I lived at the very foot of the mountain where I used to live. I walked in my backyard and I could actually see flames at the bottom of the mountain. I mean, granted, they was probably 1,000 yards away.
But still, that's too close.
That's close enough. I tell you right now,
too close.
It was so bad. Of course, the wind was kind of blowing towards me, so the smoke was kind of coming this way. They were down there working on it. I mean, I was never in any kind of danger, I don't think, or at least they didn't come and evacuate us. But the smoke was so bad, we had to put towels and stuff in front of the doors because the smoke was getting in the house. And I mean, our doors were tight, but it didn't matter. Yeah, I'd never been in a situation like that.
Man, oh man, that's awful.
I was conscious of it. I was getting, I was checking it before I went to bed. And then, of course, I know they'll come and evacuate you and all that. But, I've got kids. So before I was going to sleep with my kids, in the house, I was out there checking it to make sure. But, they were there at the edge fighting it and keeping it from coming towards my neighborhood. So, but if one ever gets out in the neighborhood I live in now, how many houses and how many trees are in my neighborhood.
They couldn't stop it. Yeah, they couldn't stop it.
It'd burn the whole mountain down. So I am always conscious of that, but hopefully that won't ever happen. But anyways, how's your week been?
Let me say this real quick.
Okay.
My uncle one time, speaking of burning, he was, he would drink a little and all that. So he got out one night and was burning my grandpa's trash. And he probably had drunk a little bit and, so he sets it on fire out in the backyard and it's about 20 foot from a field. Wind caught it, swept it out there. The field was probably 2 acres and then it's connected to more fields. My mom lives up the road. My sister lives up the road. He just about burnt everybody's house down that night. Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. But the crazy thing was he watched it. He was like freaking out watching it. He said you could see rats running everywhere. As the fire would go up there, they'd be going like everywhere.
Yeah. I did back when I was, I don't know, me and Shannon hadn't been married long. I was probably 20. Let's see, I got married 20. I was probably about 22, 23 years old. And I was actually living beside my mom and dad at that time. Me and Shannon had a small little place right beside my mom and dad. We had just got married like a year before that, 2 years, whatever. And I was burning leaves and sticks that day, cleaning out a spot in my backyard. And I called and got a permit, but it was extremely windy that day. But I did call and get a permit, and they gave me one. Me being 22, 23 years old, thinking, well, if they're going to give me a permit, then they know it's safe. Well, all was good. All was good. I had the fire, had a pile, pretty big pile, but not huge. But the one mistake I made was I put it beside a barbed wire fence.
Oh.
Well, the wind got up and blew some of it into the woods on the other side of that barbed wire fence. So it jumped the fence, right? If my dad had not have been home to help me get that out, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It would have been bad, because every time I got it beat down, the wind would pick up and blow some more that way. And I was like, I couldn't get my water hose out there quick enough. Me or Dad, I think we ended up both, because we had to jump the fence to get to it. Me and him both had to get to the other side of the fence and kind of beat it down with shovels and rakes and stuff.
Holy cow, man.
But if he hadn't have been there to help me, oh my god, it was just one man couldn't do it, because it was going faster than you could. Because it was about like conditions right now, just dry, and I would have been fine as if I hadn't put it so close to that fence. But I wasn't thinking. I was 22 years old. You think you know it all, and you know nothing. So
Yep. I've been waiting for somebody around here to burn a house down on our road, because they don't care.
Could possibly be your neighbor.
It could. You never know.
Caleb has a love for his neighbor, guys. Love.
You're supposed to love your neighbor. I try.
Love your neighbor.
I try.
It pushes Caleb to the limit sometimes, but that's all right. Well, I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks. Haven't been doing any YouTube videos. Been doing very, very, very limited eBay. I did put my store on vacation mode, for 7 days, 8 days, however long, while I was gone. I did, when I came home, I took it off, of course. I had like 18 things to ship out. Not bad for a week of vacation.
That's really not bad.
I didn't think it was. I was actually pretty happy about it. So it was like more than 2.5 sales a day. It ended up being, I don't know, like $800. And I was like, that's not bad. I've not listed anything in close to a month. So I was happy with that. Now,
that's really not bad at all.
No, ever since then, it's been horrible. But I've still not been working on it. I shipped out I think 5 things this morning. So I don't know. I'm just enjoying a little break, a little time off, and we'll see what happens and see where it goes. How's life been with you for the last 2 weeks?
Busy, but I finally hit the 1,500 listing goal I had for myself. I'm only a month and a half late, but I did hit it. And now I'm at like 1,650. So I'm shooting for 2K. 2K.
The road to 2K, the old pass to 2K.
That's the eBay side. I don't expect to be anywhere near the 2K for a very long time on the YouTube side.
Next to last video is going to be close to 2K views.
It probably will. It's almost to 1,600 right now. I don't know. That just blows me away, really.
Actually, before I left, I dropped every bit of my draft bank, every bit of my scheduled. So I have nothing scheduled, nothing in my draft bank. I dropped everything I had drafted, everything I had scheduled. I dropped. And that was probably one of the reasons I had decent sales while I was going on vacation.
You gave yourself a real good bump there.
Well, I dropped, I don't know, I think it was like 70 or 90 items all at once. I just went on there and put them active, And I got up over 1,100, but I'm back down to 1094 currently listed. So, yeah, if I ever get back on it,
Okay.
I'd like to get to 1,500, 2,000. Obviously, I'd rather have the sales than the number listed, but we've talked about it before. The more fish or the more lines you got in the water, the better chance you got to catch fish.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, but life's been going good. Good vacation. Had a good time. Glad to be back. Not ready to get back to work yet. I don't know. My mother and father-in-law was here this morning talking, and of course they watched my last YouTube video, and my father-in-law asked me, he said, "You about ready to get back at it?" I said, "No, I ain't even thought about it." I ain't even thought about it. I'm not even considered getting back to making videos. I've not even considered getting back to listing on eBay, and I'm going to get back to listing on eBay before I get back to making videos. And I've not even considered either one of them. So.
If you had to make a video and you didn't have any eBay content, could you still make one, you think? That would be quality enough to drop?
A reselling video?
Yeah, just maybe some encouragement or opinions
yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could come up with something, but I mean, the first thing I'd have to come up with is the desire to do it. That's where I'm struggling. I mean, here's how bad it is. I took my GoPro, all my GoPro equipment to vacation with us.
You didn't turn it on, did you?
I intended to film a segment or two of each day while we were up there. If nothing else, just not to necessarily make a video of that, but to put clips of what we did each day at the end of future videos. I never took my GoPro out of the suitcase. I never did.
Wow.
I didn't ever even consider it. The first 3 or 4 days, I didn't even think about it. And then I finally thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm not going to. I do want to say too, though, I appreciate all the kind comments that I got on that last video.
You got a bunch.
I got a bunch, and I've not replied to them yet, and that's my apologies. But I have read every one of them. I read them usually as soon as they're posted. Just not had time to get back to you guys. But I also had a ton of personal messages, including one from our good friend Commonwealth Picker. I wasn't planning this, but because I totally forgot until we got talking about that. But I want to read what Mr. Kevin said about my last video. He wrote, "Checking on you. Glad to see you are pursuing whatever it is you are pursuing. Glad you are still doing that boring podcast." I wrote back, "Aha, I'll be back eventually. Maybe."
Maybe.
So, Kevin, if you're listening, buddy, I appreciate it. And yes, we have the most boringest podcast.
Well, if there's anybody that's going to know about boring podcasts, it's definitely Kevin, Dave, and Carrie.
Woo! Bam, son.
They're so boring, I didn't even know they still had a podcast.
They're so boring, I've not watched their last 3 episodes.
Oh, no, I'm playing, but...
Ask me how much YouTube content I have consumed in the last 2 weeks.
How much YouTube content have you consumed in the last 2 weeks?
0.
That sounds about like me.
I'm 2 videos.
I've been so busy.
I'm 2 videos behind on you.
Yeah, that's saying something. Yeah, that's saying something.
I am. Well, I do watch you. And I'm glad you're making videos. And are you going to have one after this podcast today?
It's edited minus a few things, so I've got to hammer it tomorrow. Because this is Tuesday night, and it would be Thursday morning when this drops. So yeah, I'm teaser spoiler here.
12 o'clock.
I might, maybe, possibly drop 2, one Thursday morning, and maybe one Saturday, possibly Sunday.
Monday. Don't do Saturday.
Monday.
Either Sunday or Monday.
Okay, maybe Monday then.
Yeah, typically Saturdays are not good for me.
Really?
That don't mean they won't be good for you, but I mean, Saturdays, a lot of people are doing other stuff besides sitting at home watching
True.
YouTube. So
True.
that's why I always drop mine in the evenings. But now I like what you're doing, dropping them right after the podcast. I think that's brilliant. I would continue to do that if I was you. I always drop mine at 7:30 Eastern through the week in the evenings, just because I knew everybody was at home, sitting at home. I could always imagine
Right.
people sitting at home around the supper table, or if you're like us, around the couch, because that's where we eat 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and having something to watch as a family or whatever. That's what I always imagined. Whether that always true, I'm sure it wasn't, but
Well,
it
your
was a good
advice
time
has
slot.
paid off. Your advice has paid off thus far, so I think I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, if I was going to drop one Monday, I would probably drop it during the same time of day that your other one drops. Actually, if you go on YouTube Analytics, it will show you when your viewers are on YouTube the most.
Yeah, it's about 6
I don't know.
o'clock at night.
Yeah,
7.
I don't know if you've checked that out or not, but
I have. I've been all over it. Just
that
not. Yeah, trying to figure stuff out.
that was one of the things that made me love YouTube. Of course, the reselling community was the first thing, but
Yeah.
analytically, Google, man, they are busting at the seams. They've got so many analytics to look at, and I love that stuff.
Do we say that word fast enough though? Analytics.
Analytics. Yeah. I am a
Analytics.
super big nerd when it comes to numbers like that. I love going through them and just seeing all that and trying to figure that out. Now, I never did really totally figure it out, but I had a somewhat successful YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud of it.
I like that it shows you all of your demographics and all like you said, when people are watching, and
some of that can be skewed. I mean, because if like Tanya was watching it through your channel, then it's going to come across as a guy was watching it instead of a female. But yeah, it does give you somewhat of a glimpse at some of the stuff anyways. And it goes pretty deep. It's pretty amazing. And then you can break down each video as well. So that's one of the things that I fell in love with YouTube. That made me fall in love with YouTube originally. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
It's pretty cool. All right. Cool. So also I had somebody message me. She messages me a lot, and I won't say her name, but she asked me when I was going to come back. And I said, I don't know. I'm just being honest. I don't know. I mean,
people want to know.
I know. And I mean, like I said, I don't even know when I'm going to get back out here and start working again. I don't know. I'm enjoying not right now. And I'm not just laying on the couch being a bum either, because I am being super busy with some other stuff, some other projects, and doing some other stuff right now. And I'm enjoying that right now. And I don't know. So, and then, she asked what it was I was working on. Are you ready to tell? And I said, no. Then she said, are you going to give any hints? And I was like, no. I mean, it's kind of one of those.
I feel responsible to at least get a little bit of information out of you right now.
Well, you know what it is.
I know, but I've got to let everybody else have a hint.
I've told you. And I've told Eric. I've had discussions with you both.
Yeah.
And that's as far as it's went.
Okay, so let's do 20 questions.
As far as YouTube world. You can't think of 20 questions.
I don't even know 20 questions to ask.
Right.
No, let's give the viewers a little nugget of information here. Is your new venture YouTube related?
No.
No. There's one thing you guys know.
There you go. Yeah,
they already know. They already know that it's something that you mentioned this, that you had an opportunity to do, and it's came back around now.
Yes.
So they know that part.
I mean, if you know me and you watch that video, you can pretty much figure it out. No, I'm not going to say that.
Come on now. Come on.
Well, I will say this. If people want to dig, they can dig. There was a couple of people in the comments of that last video that pretty close to nailed it.
Oh, really? I need to go back and read them all because I'm sure there's a bunch that come out after I commented. You know, I'm sure there's a bunch that I missed.
But yeah, I think maybe not intentionally, of course. I think maybe people got misled that when I come back, I was going to come back on the channel with this new venture. And that's not necessarily, could it perhaps one day? Maybe. And I'm not going to not do nothing with the OSP channel. More than likely, I think I'll come back on the OSP channel.
More than likely, I think that's
more than likely. I think it'll be the OSP channel. It'll be reselling. It'll be just like it was. I think there's a 50% chance that that's what it'll be. I think there's about a 25% chance it would be, maybe 30 or 40% chance it would be something else. And then whatever percent left is it just goes away and it just don't ever come back. But man, I mean, I hate to give up on it.
How many people are going to say Chris is never coming back now?
Yeah.
That's going to find its way in our comments section. Chris said he's never coming back.
It may be 2 weeks from now. It may be 2 months from now. It may be 2 years from now. I'm not making any guarantees. I don't know. I really did think I would go up there on vacation and figure it out. But I found myself every time I thought about it to not wanting to think about it.
Yep.
You know? And I mean, we went up there, we did some stuff, we had fun, we ate really good, by the way, which is vacation to me. But, you know, our vacation for us was to get away. We hadn't been on vacation in almost 6 years.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Almost 6 years. Of course, consider we moved 2 years ago, and that was a big stick in the spokes, you know. So, but we just needed to get away. We needed to get some R&R. And like I said, I did intend to think about it and figure it out. But every time I thought about it, I was like, I'm not ready to even think about it right now. So, but I was excited to get back on here with you tonight.
Oh, I feel privileged. I'm the only guy that has access to the old school picker. I am keeping you alive.
If Eric calls.
No, I mean, if people want to see you, it's going to be here now.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe
I'll make a guest appearance on the Old Pass.
I was about to say, you just have to show up out here and be on the channel.
I've done it before.
That's right.
I'm only answering the phone, though, for you and Eric. So, Kevin, if you call me, I'm not answering your phone calls.
Yeah, me too.
I'm joking, by the way. I'm still answering messages. I'm still getting old school picker messages on Instagram. I had like 6 or 7 the other day. I was like, man, I gotta get back to these people. And I don't get as much on Facebook. Get 2 or 3, you know, quite often on Facebook. And I do appreciate everybody reaching out and asking if I was okay. And I'm okay. I'm great. Couldn't be better. Just I need a break. I told my wife, oh man, God, I'm gonna get ate up on this comment. I told my wife the other day, I said, you know what? I said, you know, almost 5 years of being old school picker. I said, I'm just kind of tired of being old school picker.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get ate up.
I almost, on my name there, I almost put just Chris. And I was like, no, because people will see that and eat me alive. But 34 minutes in, only our true diehards are listening now. So
you're okay, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if they continue to listen.
Yes.
To what you just said.
Yeah.
Be all
so
right.
I'm tired of being an old school picker for a little bit. Now, will that change?
It's okay. It is okay to be tired. If anybody says anything different, you don't owe them anything. As far as an explanation for why you need to rest.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to. I don't want that to sound rude. I'm not trying to be rude,
Yeah.
but
No, I get
but
it.
you have to. I tell people all the time, if you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of anybody else?
Right.
You just can't.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Well, I mean, I watched a show one time, and it was where they were training to be lifeguards, and the instructor asked the lifeguards, if you was out saving a person or, a kid, a woman, whatever, you went out to save someone and the tide pushed you into the pier, would you put the person you was trying to save into the pier, or would you take the brunt of the crash yourself? And of course they said, you take the blunt of it or yourself. You let the wave push you against the pier because you're saving the victim. And he said, actually, that's the wrong answer. As bad as it is to say,
then you
push
both
the other person
go down.
because you're both going to drown if you go down. And I seen that on Baywatch, by the way.
Well, that's what I was about to say. You've been watching Pam Anderson again.
David Hasselhoff. That was on a Baywatch episode. But it has to be true. It has to be true.
If the Hasselhoff said it,
I don't know if it was Hasselhoff or not.
We're just going to say it was Hasselhoff.
Yeah, let's just say it was the Hoff. Was you a big Hasselhoff fan? No.
I did like Knight Rider. I liked Knight Rider. I didn't watch it a whole lot, but I liked it.
That's where I was going. Did you watch Knight Rider?
Baywatch.
Oh, man. I love me some Knight Rider.
Yeah, Knight Rider was cool. That's the coolest car ever.
No. General Lee's
the coolest car ever. At that time, General Lee was pretty cool too.
And you ever see them memes on Facebook about all the vehicles from the shows and movies? Which vehicle would you take? For me, every time it's the DeLorean off Back to the Future. I mean, if I can travel time, I'm going to figure out a way to get all those other vehicles.
Oh yeah, I always wanted the Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. That's just such a pretty car.
There's some really cool cars in those movies too. I've not seen them.
Yeah, that was a pretty car.
Yeah,
pretty. We better shift gears and talk about who's up here.
Oh, who's up here? Well, I was going to wait till the comment of the week on that.
Oh, well, sorry.
That's my comment of the week, and I want to read it real quick. I appreciate this episode so much. I started reselling just like you said. I found some content on YouTube, and I was off and running. I still watch a lot of videos and learn something from each one. I also thank you for the successful YouTube portion. I have a new channel and really enjoy sharing my journey. After 11 episodes, it's starting to pick up. I now have a renewed hope that one day I'll make it. And that's from Nancy's Notions. And she's up on Caleb's screen. She's down on the ticker below. And if I can remember, I'll share her channel in the description below. But everybody go check out Nancy's Notions on YouTube. I've not watched any of her videos, but when I seen that comment, I've not had a chance. I've been on vacation. But when I seen that comment, I was like, you know what? We're going to see what we can do to help her out. I think she's currently at like 20 subscribers, 22 subscribers.
We can do better than that, guys. We can get her to 50, surely.
She actually had a video 12 days ago that had 462 views.
Pretty good.
Congrats on that, Nancy.
It's awesome.
And her last video got 94, so that's pretty good when you only have 22 subs. So everybody go tell her that 2 old guys sent you. Go check her out.
Yep. Sweet.
What's your comment of the week?
Marty O'Shields said.
I love Marty.
He says, another great episode. Always listen to the end, as this is my favorite podcast.
I seen that.
Did you hear that, Kevin? This is his favorite boring podcast.
Well, we appreciate that.
And then he said #green. He stayed right to the end.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be giving another color away at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. But we can't talk about comments without mentioning, because this happened while I was on vacation, Lucky 7 auction. You want to talk about what they did?
Oh yeah, I about forgot,
Oh
man.
my goodness!
Holy cow! I was
You
sitting
hear
there
that,
trying to think.
Nathaniel? He done
No,
forgot.
I remembered now. No, what my mind went to first was they're getting ready to have their first garage sale whatnot show.
Oh yeah.
So that's what hit me first. If you guys are not following them on whatnot, it's Nat Man's Sold House
Yeah,
is
that's
his
the
new
second channel. Yeah,
username.
or yeah,
Yep, they
whatnot.
got approved for a second account, and they couldn't have it last week. They're supposed to have it Thursday, I think, at like 4:00, 4:15. So go check that out. But yeah, they did something huge for us.
Huge.
Huge, big time huge. I was actually standing in line at Staples dropping off some UPS packages, and my phone dinged and a comment popped up. At least I thought it was a comment. It was actually a super thanks. Nathaniel and Ashley at Lucky 7 Auction super thanks us $100. And I mean, I messaged Chris like right then, and I said, "Man, I know you're on vacation. I'm sorry to bother you, but I had to show you this." Like, and he said, "Oh my gosh!" Like, and we was both just blown away. That is
I was
too much.
actually we was getting ready to leave, I think, but I was actually laying on the couch watching sports on in Pigeon Forge. And
I
Caleb
mean,
messages me and I was like, holy smokes. So Nathaniel
yeah.
Ashley, man.
Thank you.
That's the biggest super anything that I've ever got.
No, that's crazy. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You know, when you think about $100 bill in the grand scheme of things, it's really not a lot from one person to the other just to think about $100 here and there. But when you think about a family taking $100 out of their bank account just to send it to us, like that's a large sum of money just to part with.
Yeah.
As far as just what are they going to get out of that? You know, what are they going to get back? There is no return, other than just being a giver and being blessed.
And you're also talking about somebody that really still don't know you.
No, I mean, I talked to Nathaniel quite a bit, but I've never met Nathaniel or Ashley. I hope to one day. They talk about coming to the meetup that we're going to probably maybe have as a podcast because you're quitting YouTube, right?
No.
Oh, but no, they're definitely some of the best.
Yeah. They might get 2 hamburgers if they can.
They can have 2 apiece.
That's what
they can even take 2. They can take 2 home with them too.
Actually, we're going to give them 1 and make them share it.
Yep, that's right. And baby Gracie has to eat off of it.
Oh no, she gets anything she wants. I'm a sucker for kids.
That's right. Oh
I'm
yeah,
a sucker for kids. Anything she wants, I give her. So thank you guys. Unbelievable. I was actually on vacation when Caleb messaged me, and I went on there and looked, and I was like, "Wow!" So
yeah, unreal,
humbling and speechless.
Yes, very humbling for sure.
Humbling, getting a lot of humbleness a lot here lately.
Yep. So I have a question for you. In all this YouTube analytics talk,
okay,
I have went, I go through every now and then just see how the podcast is doing and all that stuff. And I noticed almost every one of our videos has 1 thumbs down. I'm like, we have a chronic disliker on the podcast.
Disliker. I like that.
Somebody is going through there and just disliking every video.
I'll tell you one even better. Let's see. Let me get it pulled up. On my last video, my semi-retired video, I got like 8 thumbs down. So I don't know if they're thumbs down in the video per se or thumbs downing the fact that I quit according to the YouTube universe. So I thought, because that, listen, I've been on YouTube long enough. I always get 3 or 4 thumbs down on all my videos, but 8 was up there as far as how many thumbs down I get per video. Oh, I take that back. I lied to you. And it was only 6. But 6 thumbs down. So was they thumbs downing me the video, or was they downing me for quitting? Quote, quitting. I don't know. You're supposed to have the answers, Caleb. What help are you?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I'm usually sitting in a corner trying to figure out what's going on. I don't have a clue.
Do have some viewer mail.
Is it for me?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is this from your channel or our channel?
My channel.
Okay.
Go
ahead, sir.
I got 3. This is brag time. The first one I forgot to mention last video. But I do want to give her a super big shout out because you know who that's from.
I'm guessing maybe it's from Kathy.
Yes, from Kathy. She sent me a Halloween card. Go to YouTube if you want to see it. But look at all that's inside there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. She's really good at making cards. She wrote, Chris and Shannon, happy Halloween. Have a spooktacular day. If I truly adopted you, I'd put a Starbucks card in this card. That's why I send all my kids. I was going to do it, but I didn't know if you drank coffee or not. I do not drink coffee, but Shannon loves it. Shannon loves iced coffee, but I don't. Tastes like burnt water to me. How about you, Caleb?
Yes, sir. I hate coffee with a passion.
My dad used to say, "Oh, you got to get a hankering for it. You got to get a taste for it." I was like, "Well, how long does that take?" And he's like, "I don't know. I drunk it for 2 weeks before I started liking it."
Jeez, man!
I was like, "Why?" That don't make no sense.
I hate it so bad.
Like, why would you do that to yourself? Drink something for 2 weeks, eating it before you start liking it. He's like, "Oh, I like it now."
I don't drink anything else. This starts to taste pretty.
You just have to know my dad. All right, next viewer mail, and I've had this for a long time, and apologize for not getting to it. But hey, I'm semi-retired. My Reseller Genie sent me some swag.
Oh,
you're the best, and we couldn't do this without you. I'm the best, Caleb.
Well,
go check out the My Reseller Genie link down below if you're needing a bookkeeping service. About tax time, Caleb. It's getting close. End of the year.
It's so close.
If you need a tax program or a bookkeeping program, My Reseller Genie code OSP, 15% off first month. But sent me all kinds of stickers and cards. There's oh no, I ain't gonna show that because it probably don't have my code on it. But
yeah, don't do that.
Stickers. Stickers, just all kinds of stuff. I don't even know. Accounting for resellers. A little notepad.
So it's shameless plug time. My Reseller Genie. Would you like to be our first sponsor?
Hey, I'm a starving artist over here. I'm not making any YouTube money currently. I gotta make ends somehow, bro. But here's a little pamphlet they sent me. But the best thing they sent me, of course, is this bag, basically like an IKEA bag.
Oh,
but
that's cool.
That's
cool.
So I will be using that and carrying that. Can't never have enough IKEA bags. So My Reseller Genie IKEA bag or branded IKEA bag for My Reseller Genie. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Faith and Paul. I appreciate it. Good people. And last but not least, hi, Chris. Picked up some hats cheap today at a yard sale and thought I would share a few with you since we know you like to sell hats. I really enjoy your channel. Stephen J78. So shout out Stephen J78. I love this hat. And man, look, he put them all in gallon size bags, which is awesome. Look at that hat.
Wow.
ESPN hat.
That's pretty sweet.
Sports Center. Pretty cool. This Napa hat, snapback. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
This hat right here is really cool. This hat right here may have a little bit of value, actually. An Army hat.
Nice. I like them bold logos.
Yeah, it's snapback too. But it's got a little head on the side too. Wait, where's it? Right there. So Stephen J78, longtime channel member of the OSP channel back when I done that. Thank you, brother. I sure do appreciate it. Had to get them shouted out here, man, because it's the only place I'm at anymore. All right,
Yep.
your viewer mail.
Just a minute. Let me find.
Insert the cricket noise.
Cricket.
So
Yep.
somebody send me something to give to Caleb. Good grief. So he'll quit whining.
I'm kidding.
This
is my viewer mail. There, somebody sent me that. Actually, that came out of a death pile tote today. Return of the Jedi.
Maybe I've done sold mine, but I've had that same glass. I think I've done sold mine.
Them are just the coolest glasses ever, though.
They are. I picked mine up on the 127. So
I've got 3. That one's a little different.
I only had that one.
And that's the same as the other one. So, but yeah, love them.
Yeah. So how's sales been going for you? Because ever since I got back from vacation, mine's been pretty much horrible. They were decent on vacation. We talked about that. How's yours been?
I mean, about the same, I think something is definitely going on right now. I have never had this many offers out at one time. I've got 100 offers out.
Yeah.
I've never had that. It's usually like 40 or 50 at most. And, I woke up today and sent out 12 at one time. Nothing. I have gotten no response from any offers in like a week.
Well, I was doing the same. It's funny you said that. I wasn't even going to say anything because what's been going on with my eBay, I've not been paying much attention because of all the vacation, non-listing, all that. So I whatever. But it is funny you said that because I experienced the same thing for the last week or so and just sent out offers after offers. And I even sent out some just absolute stupid, low, crazy offers just to see. I was like, I just want to see if this is working. And like you, I got no response. Nothing.
I think it's broke. I think it is broke.
But right before we went live, I did send out like 5 and I did get 1 response. And
maybe it ain't broke.
It was accepted. It was, the sci-fi magazines I sell a lot of times. It was $20 and I sent either $14.99 or $15.99. Let's see. I sent out $13.99 and they did accept it, but I don't even care because I've just been trying to see, God, it's the best offer. Is it even working? So
I thought it was.
Apparently it did on that one, but yeah, I don't know.
To go ahead
and luck with it.
I guess it is working because to go ahead and give the third shout out of this show to Kevin Commonwealth Picker. I was actually looking at his NWO stickers earlier, and he sent me an offer. And Tanya, before I could get to it, she accepted it and bought them for me because I'm going to put them up on the wall, like I think, in camera shot.
Did you leave a message so you can get a shout out? All right.
Well, I left a message. I don't know if he'll
Did you
shout
tell
me
him
out or not.
Instead of shouting out the old pass, shout out to Old Guys Reselling Podcast?
I did not.
Oh. Maybe I'll message him here in a minute. I'm going to sell his phone number is what I really want to do.
Let's bid it off on eBay. Let's go on Whatnot and have the only thing we sell is Kevin's phone number.
The title of the auction is Kevin Commonwealth Picker's phone number for sale.
Yes, come get it. Come get it. To the highest bidder.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a 2-minute auction.
Here's what I want to know.
No sudden death.
Well, I've got 2 questions about that. How much would it go for? And who would buy it?
I mean, I don't know the answer to either question. At least $17.
It'd probably be like Dave that bought it.
Dave or Carrie would be the purchaser. They'd be like, I wanted your phone number. I already had it, but
Another thing about vacation, my father-in-law asked me while he was here today. He asked me if I got noticed in Pigeon Forge, and I said, you know what? Surprisingly, I didn't, because I thought I would. Because we did go into a few Goodwills. I bought nothing. We went into a few thrift stores just because we enjoy that type of shopping. And I mean, my mind is so gone right now from eBay and YouTube and all that. I wasn't even looking for anything to resell. I wasn't passing over, money for sure, but I wasn't digging either. So, but I didn't get recognized, and that kind of shocked me a little bit.
It's off season though.
It's off season. It's pretty
Not
crowded.
a lot of.
There
not
is
a lot
no
of
off season up there.
Well, I don't think there's a lot of people looking for resellers out and about though. Not well.
That was
here.
A couple of
here,
them.
me and Tanya
went in was pretty crowded though.
Oh yeah, me and Tanya went. This past weekend was the first weekend we didn't have any yard sales to go to all year. We went to a couple every weekend because you always have them hang on people that extend it out to Thanksgiving.
A lot of times 3 or 4 of the best ones too. I reckon
they are. We've done pretty good at a few. Yeah, we've done pretty good.
Well, I tell you where you can go and get a lot of stuff right now for pennies on the dollar. My storage unit.
Oh.
And/or my shop.
What time should I be there?
I told you, man. Whenever. Come on. I'll sell you a bulk of stuff. How much stuff you want?
You just I don't even know if I have anywhere to put it right now.
Yeah.
Well, me and Tanya did go through 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 totes out of the death pile. So yeah, I got a little
storage unit out first because that's costing me money. And the stuff here, I don't care.
You see that twinkle in my eye? You're getting me interested.
I'm telling you, I'd sell it all. I said that about 5 videos ago. I wasn't joking. I would totally sell out right now. Everything I've got.
Would you sell the racks and everything?
If you bought all the inventory, I would.
Really? Now, see, that worries me a little bit. That sounds like OSP going out of business.
I mean, you can always buy racks back. I mean, if that was the deal breaker, I would sell them, sure. Tubs.
Well, yeah, me too. Me too. If I had a $20,000 sale on the line, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
a couple $100 racks, I'd go buy some more, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no big deal. I might load it up with arcade machines.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I did look at some. I've been looking at some on Facebook.
I can just see your electric bill now, $600 a month for all the arcade games. Oh gosh,
so awesome. That would be so awesome. No, I don't know. Why not? It's just stuff.
It is just stuff.
I mean, you can rebuy it.
Yep.
I built all this. I took, when I moved, I brought very, very little with me. So I've built this whole inventory up in, 2 years. So, I mean, it don't take long. Now, granted, this would be the worst time possible to sell out because, it's not yard sale season. Yep. But I would do it. Price is right. I'm doing it. I'm selling it. Every bit of it. And then you want to talk about a vacation. I'm taking an extended, it won't be semi-retired. It'll be 99% retired for a while. Until at least, I would probably not do nothing until yard sale season next year.
Now you're talking me out of it.
Why?
Because we have to have our old school picker.
You're probably not going to get old school picker other than here for a while anyways.
We're going to have to figure out something. We'll have arm wrestling contests on your channel or something. We got to do something over there.
Man, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, man? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. So I'm just interested in selling all my inventory.
To the highest bidder.
Tubs, boxes, shelves if you want them. I mean, I would rather keep my shelves and my tubs.
Oh yeah.
But if you want them,
because it's work to go back and replace all that stuff, it's hard.
I hate putting those black shelves together too. I mean, they're super easy, but they drive me nuts.
They are hard to do by yourself. That first run.
Well, that and they're hard to get level. You have to count those little, spaces.
But they're the best shelves, man. It's when they're done. Those are the best. That's I've got 15 of them in here. I love them.
So when you come and get it, you still got that big old box cargo trailer? Is it empty? If it's empty, we can get every bit of my inventory in it. How big is that trailer?
16 foot.
8 by 16.
Yep.
Yeah, because most
we
of
could get it all.
You got to keep in mind most of the not all, but most of the inventory in the storage units. So in those black and yellow tubs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's easy,
I did the math on that one time because I thought about building the trailer, putting me some hooks on the wall where I could actually stack 5 of those totes up and go all the way down the sides and then strap to each tote. Right. And I could go down the road. I counted like 50 totes that I could easily stack and have a walkway down the middle. That's some serious cargo.
That's getting close to where I'm at, probably. You could get, I'll tell you right now, whatever you can't get in that cargo trailer, we can bring back here and store here until you get enough room to clean that out.
Man, you're wheeling and dealing hard here. This has become the Two Old Guys Trading Post podcast or something tonight.
Well, the Two Old Guys, one of them's liking retirement. Oh man. I don't know. I mean, it's business. It's money. If somebody comes to you and offers you the right money, you're selling out too.
It'd have to be the right money because I know how much work.
The right money. Obviously, you're not going to pay $500 for it. I mean, it has to be the right money, just the same as me. But I would be willing to bet my right money is a whole lot less than your right money.
Oh, no doubt.
Because
I know exactly how much mine is right now.
Well, I'm willing to get out for a while. I better shut up. I better shut up.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So yeah. How about next week? Thanksgiving plans? What's your Thanksgiving plans?
I'm going to eat, and then I'm probably going to take a break and then eat some more.
Do you work?
That's generally what I do on.
Do you typically work like on Thanksgiving?
If there's offers to send and stuff, I will. But I ain't going to come up here and take pictures and
list
anything like that. I might drop my drafts or something. That's about it.
Do you typically do any kind of sale on Black Friday?
I have.
I usually do. Yeah.
It just depends on how the store's doing. If it's struggling, I have started a sale in the fourth quarter before. But not just because, and it also depends on how much old inventory I have. If I've got like tons of old stuff that's not moving, then I probably am going to.
Yeah. I'll probably run some kind of pretty strong sale on mine. I usually start it on Thanksgiving and just run it the whole weekend, honestly, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and just try to get a bunch of sales. And which my inventory right now listed is not great. I've not been listing new inventory, but yeah, if I can muster up a few sales, if Caleb's not going to come buy me out, he's missing.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, it'd be a good opportunity if you want a bunch of inventory. My
gosh. You know what? We talked about this before the show. Tanya run me into the ground. We worked up here taking pictures and stuff. We've got almost 400 ready to be drafted, plus the 1,600 and something active, plus 20 more totes full.
Yeah.
So I've got probably 3,000 listings worth of stuff here now.
Well, if my name, if my little tag under my name says retired next week's episode, you guys know Caleb bought me out. I've just got some other stuff going on, and man, I just know how much work I'm going to do in the next at least month or two, and it makes no sense business-wise, money-wise, to not sell it all if the opportunity arises.
Right. Have you ever heard of a place? Okay, this is an interesting topic we're on here. I heard that there is a platform or a service or a program or something that if you sold everything you had, including your listed inventory, that there is a service out there that could just take your listings and move them over to my eBay page, same as they are now.
Yeah, I don't know.
You heard of that?
No, but
I've heard of something like that.
That'd be nice because I mean I've got
I've
got 1,100 listings for.
Yeah, and I'd be to 2,700 overnight.
Hey, honey, I listed 1,100 today.
Guess what? You're going to start doing that every day if you can do it one day, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually 1,392 listed because I have multi-quantity on quite a bit of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, 1,392.
I think I'm at
and
as far as
if you want to break down each piece, like each individual piece in unlisted inventory, oh my God. I don't doubt I don't have at least 10 or 15,000 items. I mean, granted, I'm talking each piece, each little individual action figure or weapon, or, I mean, I've got a lot of good stuff for Whatnot. You could blow a lot of it out on Whatnot, which I plan to do, but time, man, time. Oh,
yeah.
Why anything more than 24 hours in a day?
Because we complain that we don't have more than 28 or 32 or whatever.
That may be the truest statement tonight on this video. Well, why does it get dark at 4:30?
That's a good question. I wish they would never change that time ever again. Leave it alone.
Thing we do as a human race.
Hate it. Here's an extra hour of daylight in the morning where you can go to bed at 4:30 of a night.
Yeah, well, I'm asleep during that extra hour of daylight. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I got up at 7:30 this morning, and I thought I was doing like really good. 7:30. I don't usually typically get up that early, to be honest with you.
But I mean, I don't know.
What's
I used to hate
Tanya's phone number so I can negotiate this deal with her.
It's 1-800. I don't think so. That's what it is.
I will message her on Facebook right now.
You're really going to right now? No. You should say, "Come to the shed. Caleb wants to talk to you."
Yes. Just come to the camera and we can negotiate a deal live on air here.
Yes.
Speaking of live, we're going to do it live on the OSP channel soon. Soon. We will be announcing that soon.
See, there is some content coming back to the OSP
there's some
channel.
OSP content / 2 Old Guys Reselling Podcast on the OSP channel coming soon. We promise. But it's going to be at least 2 more weeks. It ain't going to be this week, and next week's Thanksgiving, so it ain't going to be next week. But it is coming soon to celebrate 800.
Maybe we could have a date in mind by next week, possibly.
That is a possibility.
And that way we could kind of announce it out, get some people's eyeballs on it.
There's a possibility of an announcement coming next week. There's a possibility.
Maybe.
Oh, man, I'm having way too much fun tonight. I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
This retirement stuff is nice.
Is it? Yeah, I bet.
It's nice.
So, do you have a sale of the week in that week that you didn't sell anything much?
eBay sales. Sure.
Sure.
Let me, go ahead and talk about yours because I had one.
I got two. I got two. One, this is a prime example of always pay attention when you're at yard sales, because Tanya got this. It's called Elemis, ELEMIS, Pro Collagen Marine Cream. We was at a yard sale. We had bought like $100 worth of stuff, and she asked the man, "How much is this?" And he said, "Oh, you can just have that. You bought so much, And it sold for $49.99. So I mean, $50 bill for nothing. And my favorite sale, this is why I said I had two.
Well, can I make a comment about that first?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why I'll never be out of reselling 100%. Because of that there. What'd you pay for that cream? $0. I mean, even if you pick it up for 50 cents a dollar, whatever, that kind of
Shoot,
stuff
yeah.
just still gets my juices flowing. I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I love
If
that.
that's all you sold, you listed like 25, 30 items a month, and
Mhm.
that's all you sold, you're making basically free money.
Yes.
That's the best thing about reselling.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the thrill of finding those huge ticket items. I love it. It don't happen every sale, but yeah, it's great. Now, second thing, this is my favorite sale of the week. It's not the biggest dollar amount, but I found this. I think about a week ago. I found 2 weeks ago, maybe. I listed it a week ago. It's Dick Tracy, the animated series, DVDs, the complete series. I sold it today. No, I sold it yesterday for $29.99. But how cool is that? I love it. Dick Tracy, the animated series.
Yeah, I
So
remember
cool.
that. I think when's that from?
Ah, man, I
80s?
don't even know. No, it's more recent. It's like a
No.
newer one.
Okay.
Probably the 90s, I would guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I know it or not.
Not 100% sure.
All right, my sale of the week. I think the last time we recorded, I think you had picked up some melted plastic popcorn Santa and reindeer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I told you I had mine. How many reindeer did you have?
I had 3 and now I have 0.
So you sold all 3 of your reindeer?
Sold 2 and one of them's leg broke off, so I gave it to Bailey. She wanted it for her bedroom.
Well, I had 3 reindeer and Santa in a sleigh, and I sold all 4 pieces as one set. $79.99 plus ship.
Nice.
Plus ship.
I like it.
Yeah, it's over $100 order because them things are huge. I mean, they're paper thin, but they're huge,
Yeah, you pretty much got to just flatten them out in the box. And
I sold that on vacation too, by the way. That was one of the items I came back and shipped. So I actually, when I came back and shipped, of course, I hadn't shipped in over a week, and I had those 18 orders. I almost felt like a reseller again. I almost felt like a full-time reseller having 18 orders going out. I was like, wow, this is
pretty
nice.
funny.
This is nice.
Not bad, not bad.
Do you realize during the course of these 31 episodes, I have went from full-time reseller to part-time reseller to semi-retired? Do you realize
I have that effect on people. I run them out of the business.
He has undercut me plumb out of the business. He has ran me out of the county. I can't compete. Caleb has dethroned.
Is your house for sale yet?
No, I'm not moving. I love where I live. That was one good thing about coming home. I was excited to come home because we still love where we live.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
You ready for a dad joke?
Yeah, shoot it at me.
All right. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
Snowman throwing a tantrum. Something flurry. No?
It's a meltdown.
It's a meltdown.
A meltdown.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
I had one. Let me find it. Oh, when does it rain money? Quit looking it up.
Oh, I'm not. My hands are right here.
When does it rain money?
Hold on.
Oh, good grief. Play the Jeopardy music.
I don't know. I guess I give in on that one.
When there is a change in the weather. Boom! I got you. I've totally 100% won that one. 100.
That was very bad.
Well, I mean, that's the point of it, right? That's what we're trying to do.
I think you messed it up, though.
No.
I don't think it was when there's a change in the weather. I think you're supposed to say when there's change in the weather.
Okay, right here it is. When does it rain money? When there is a change in the weather.
So that don't make sense.
Okay, when there is change in the weather.
That don't make sense either, though. So
how does that not make sense? There's change.
I'm sorry. You cannot dethrone the dad champion. The dad joke champion.
I totally got it.
My melting down snowman's gonna smoke you.
Nah. I think I really got
all I know is that car looks nice, but the muffler seems exhausted.
Oh.
I hear you clicking over there, brother.
Yeah, we're sitting here reading dad jokes. Great content here. We're sitting here on the computers reading dad jokes.
Well, what kind of sneakers? Never mind, I done messed it.
Oh, sneakers.
What kind of shoes does the ninjas wear? I guess you know that one now.
Yeah. What are the least expensive type of teeth? Not gold teeth, right? What's the least expensive? Buck teeth.
Buck teeth. Gosh. I'm off my game today.
Yeah, I think I got you, man. Leave it in the comments.
That was better.
Dad jokes.
All you gotta do is just say Caleb.
I seen Eric got a vote for dad joke.
He did
last week.
He did.
The guests can't win. We're not that
man. He come in here trying to steal my gig. What in the world?
Come on now. Any final words? Hour and 16 minutes in.
Go subscribe to the old paths. Let's push them over 400.
400. Can we get there next week? By next week?
Hey, 362. Man, that's crazy.
I tried.
That's 200.
I told you
260 or something from the time I started.
When you first come up here, I told you, or no, it was when I went and filmed that video of you in your shed and introduced you to the YouTube community. I told you, dude, your shed's too nice not to be making YouTube videos in it. Was I wrong?
You did.
Was I wrong?
Tell me that.
Was I wrong?
No.
So that
but you gotta have somebody behind the camera or in front of the camera.
Well, apparently your channel does.
No, I don't know.
According to 1,500 people, 1,600 people, that last video, next to last video.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Are you saying those people are wrong?
I might have to question their judgment a little bit.
Listen, I'm not anything special either. I just refused for 5 years to quit. And I mean, I had a somewhat successful YouTube channel.
I would say no. Still have.
I'll have to eventually do something with it because you can lose monetization if you go too long without doing anything on it. And I don't want to do that for sure.
No.
All right. Any final words?
Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for watching me, and thank you, Chris, for being here. Thank you for getting a haircut and shaving and looking like a proper young man.
I was actually making a thumbnail there.
Oh.
Hey, now that you know how to make thumbnails, I'm going to let you start making them. I'm
going to give you the old Hulk Hogan pose there.
I got you. I'll get that and get me with the crazy hairdo. So thank you guys for watching. This has been episode 31 of Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast, man. Still glad to be here. I ain't went nowhere
still glad you're here. I ain't going to let you leave that easy.
What if I just decide to leave the podcast?
I'm going to hunt you down then because I know where you live.
Then it gets real, right?
Chris will be sitting there like, I can't move, and he turned on the record button.
Here's what's funny. If you buy me out on reselling, which I know you're not going to, but I wish you would. If you buy me out on reselling, then I'm not going to be reselling, right? For a while anyways.
I'd have to leave you one tote.
And one tote. Well, let me pick the tote. When you first come to me about, Tanya said, we should do a podcast together. You said and call it Two Old Guys Podcast. So we might have to go back. And I said, well, we need to add the word reselling to it, but I like it. We might have. Yep. It's funny that I said that, but we may have to take the word reselling out of it. If I quit.
Just a smorgasbord of nothing on this podcast.
Well, that's pretty close to what we are already.
What's the difference?
Yeah, the content's not going to change, guys. The content's not going to change. We offer nothing reselling related to begin with, but we'll just be the Two Old Guys Podcast then. Which that's what most people call us anyway, so maybe I shouldn't have added the word reselling in it to begin with.
Or the Two Old Dudes, or
what was it?
Two old farts, or two decrepit old men.
Two decrepit old men. That's what I was trying to think of. Well, this has been episode 31 of Two Decrepit Old Men Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Same bat channel, same bat time next week. Thank you guys. And go check out Caleb's video at the end of this video. And remember, my favorite color. What's your favorite color, Caleb?
Well, it's green, but it'll have to be UT orange this week since we're so awesome.
I almost started talking about UT. I was so disgusted in that game last week. This week we played Georgia. Okay, we're not winning. No it's gonna
Let's go 49er red.
49er red.
There you go.
That's the color. Thank you guys for listening. Leave it in the comments down below what Caleb's favorite color is. We appreciate you. 2 Guys out.